Good morning, good afternoon, perhaps a good evening, depending on where you're watching this. Welcome to another Seawolves Vendee Globe 2020 report. And you're probably wondering, where is Florian now? I'm traveling right now, and it's funny, if you saw yesterday's show, I was showing an art piece all the way in the end of the show. And purely by chance, I actually happened to have to drop by Michel's workshop today on the way to yet another place. I'm traveling for 2 days, and so I'm going to show you around a little bit in the end of the show. So, you know, if you're interested in art, that's going to be the bonus to the show today. And boy, did some interesting things. Oh, wait a minute, almost forgot the toaster. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh. That's a good start of the day, no matter where you are, right? So let's get started. Yeah, lots of exciting news. Of course, you know, all the news yesterday about Alex and the damage to his boat. Looks like what I said yesterday, that luckily his mast is completely all right, and that there was actually some structural damage in one of the cross beams in the front, in the bow of the boat. And Alex has since kind of resumed course, so perhaps he has made the repair, just waiting for, you know, everything to cure and harden before he can put the gas back on, but no official message on the progress of the repairs so far. But as far as the official messaging, they say that they have all the required materials on board. So as far as we can see right now, yes, Alex has fallen back, you know, obviously a lot. He's in 5th place right now, and yeah, we'll see if he can get the beast back up to speed at some point. Obviously, both Apivia and Linked Out now really a great chance to increase their lead. They're doing really well. When we look at the weather, we see that they actually kind of a window maybe opened up for them with a slight change in the weather prediction that might put them right ahead of all the trouble that we were seeing in the last 2-3 days. So the weather throwing another curveball. So you know, let's just get started and move into my screen here, as you can see. So we have right now Apivia number 1 taking the lead over from Thomas on Linked Out, so another lead change. And we see in the back here that the entire foiling pack and of course Jean Le Cam still in there with the rest of the foilers, still taking the shortest route so far out of all the boats, and amazingly in 3rd place again, or still, you might say. I mean, this guy, I mean, it's amazing, right? You could write a book just about how he's just kicking everybody's ass in this race. It's really amazing. The seamanship there, so much, you know, mucho respect. But let's look at that weather gap that I wanted to talk about today, because I think it's very interesting. So let's go into windy here. Thank you to some of our helpers and patrons who showed me how to actually get the fleet into windy. So thank you for that tip. And let's see here. So yeah, we can see both Apivia and Linked Out in here. And more or less the theory right now is that as the weather progresses, that they will be able, so this is kind of the end of the day today, we can see that ridge kind of you know, moving forward. And then as we go to midday tomorrow and the end of Tuesday, we see that that ridge kind of moves, and that we have another high pressure system that's built up a little bit more to the east of them, creating a possibility maybe to actually move through this kind of doldrum that we were talking about for the last 2 days, which looked at that point almost impenetrable. But it looks like this is actually going to provide them an opportunity somewhere in the next 2 days or so. So they could actually make it. Like this moment in the prediction, both Apivia and Linked Out could be, you know, right around this location, let's say, at that time. And if they can do that, then they have a little window, as you can see, to kind of just move through here and actually make it into yeah, the bonus zone where everybody's trying to get right now, and actually get into the good southern winds over here. And then as the progression, as we progress, we see that they would have pretty much you know, ideal circumstances to kind of move with this weather system and move past the Cape. Now obviously, as you can see, lots of less suited weather developing right behind that. So as I said 2 days ago, you know, I gave all the virtual racers the advice to, you know, just get as east as possible and hope for the best. And it looks like this might actually pay off, and that it might actually happen both for Apivia and Linked Out. But that the rest of the fleet, as you can see, we're into Thursday here with basically everything that is a bit more to the north looking bad, forcing the rest of the fleet. You know, they will probably have to tack at some point and just move more west and south before they can, you know, make it into that same system, but just, you know, a lot more to the west and a lot more to the south, giving them a lot longer route. And yeah, I mean, if the guys make it through here, that could put them in the lead of, you know, just a really, really huge amount of miles. I mean, we're talking 300, 400, 500 miles lead if they can get through that system. Then I thought, since we have two new leaders kind of ping-ponging around between the lead as they tack, it's interesting to see that both of the boats are recent, some of the most recent Vendee designs, so kudos there. And both of them you know, have different foils from Alex. So they have the longer, bigger, straight foils, while Alex is of course using the very more circular round foil. So that's interesting to see. And both boats are, in a sense, less radical, or maybe even a lot less radical than Alex's boat, as especially Linked Out's well documented that Thomas has customized the boat to a very high degree to really make it, you know, one with him and his style of sailing. But other than that, not a very radical design like the Hugo Boss, but more building on the previous design and just tweaking a lot, as he himself called it. And Apivia, same story, a lot less radical boat, but on the other hand, they do have that enclosed cockpit, just like Hugo Boss has. And yeah, very interesting to see though that we have you know, two of the latest design boats, both by the same designer, at the head of the fleet. So, you know, that might definitely mean something and says something about the design there. Then for you, well, for all the nerds here on the channel, yesterday Boris posted a really cool video to actually show some detail of how he puts up and down the foil. So I definitely wanted to show you that.
The breeze has gone really light. First time since the start of the race, really, that I can be on the foredeck without getting wet and the boat is not bouncing. I can show you the foil, look here. This arm is there to pull up the foil. It's here. We call it la potence. This takes 14 tons of load for the up line here. And the safety line so the foil cannot fall out. And there's the bearing. And the upper foil bearing was the rake adjustment. And this rope here are the fiber optics. Here's the foil. When it makes this humming sound like a whale, that means there's almost not enough wind for good use of the foil. So I'm debating a bit with myself to put it in or not.
And concerning Boris and the Sea Explorer, I have some other really cool news for all the nerds here watching who are really loving to talk about all the technical details of these amazing race boats. Because I've been in touch with Will Harris from the team at Sea Explorer, and this Wednesday he's going to be joining the show, and we're going to do a real in-depth talk about, you know, all of the technique on the boat and the strategies and all of that good stuff that I know that lots of you are really, really interested in. So absolutely make sure to tune into the show on Wednesday, because that's going to be very, very interesting. And if you have some questions specifically for Will, I already have a pretty long list, but make sure to put them in the comments below this show here, because I'm just going to aggregate all of it and work that all into the show Wednesday. So look forward to that. Just like what we saw with Storm Teda and Finisterre, we saw whoever kind of came through that storm really being able to build up a lead, and that led to, of course, Alex and Hugo Boss and also Apivia and Linked Out really taking some distance from the rest of the fleet. Now with Linked Out and Apivia ahead, if they make it through that system, with the rest probably having to go more south to you know, get around the system, probably taking maybe 2 days extra, and with the two of them probably being able to move more or less straight through it and then catching this amazing wind for at least the next 6-7 days, just full on 25 to 30 knots. Yeah, I think that we're going to see a massive, massive lead build up for those two leaders if they make it through. So all eyes on for the next 48 hours, and I guess we will see what happens. And so that's it for the sailing part of the show today. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you want to you know, help the channel grow bigger, become a patron, become a backer, go to seawolvestv.com. Thank you very much for your help, and that also really makes it, you know, possible for me to reach out to get people on the show, like this Wednesday, for example, with Will. So I'm looking forward to doing a lot more of that, and I really need your help for that also. So thank you for that, and to all the backers that have already, you know, done that. Really, really cool to see so much support from you guys. And I guess extra bonus today. So I'm in Michel's wonderful atelier's workshop, and as a bonus, I'm going to show you guys around and show you some amazing art this morning. So I'm here in the workshop of Michel Poort, and hello Michel,
okay.
Say hi to the Sea Wolves. And we have, yeah, you have a really cool concept called Heartbeats, and you have of course some sculptures here behind you, and one that you're working on right now there, very cool. It's a heart made of hearts.
Yeah, this is the latest product.
Very, very cool.
About small hearts and
Can you tell us a bit about the Heartbeats concept?
The concept. In 2015, I started the concept. I didn't like my work anymore. My love was over. My financial position was really bad. So I said to myself, okay, I got lost on Bali, and they will never find me again. But finally, I met someone, and he said, okay, you have a gift, and I have to give that world, my gift to the world. And I said, I want to make in Dutch de wereld kloppend maken. And I want to do it from the heart.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are thinking and thinking and thinking, but the heart is so much stronger than the head. And I want to say, please use the heart. And that's the reason, for instance, over there, the concept that every heart is different.
Yeah.
My position is to build a lot of hearts.
Wait a minute, because we're walking past some glass objects here that are also really cool. Wow.
Yes, this was for Swarovski. We did something. This is for over there, the coins for a famous Dutch singer.
Yeah, this is also something. Look at this, guys. It's all made of guilders. It's a heart made of guilders,
yeah,
Dutch guilders.
Had a concert, and the concert was, he had coins so you could buy something for the coins, and he had a lot of coins.
Yeah.
Michael came do something with
Wow.
it, so I said, it's okay. It's also a man with a big heart.
Yeah. Amazing.
So my position is to build a lot of hearts so everybody could choose his own heart.
Yeah.
And I did something for big companies, and the people who are working on the company, they pick up a heart and put it on the wall. So instead of their picture of their face, it's a picture from the heart they've chosen. And together we have a lot of energy. And the concept for the new companies is, please work with the heart. The more intense the people are working for you.
Nice.
Let's go downstairs.
Nice. Yeah, let's show us a bit around. By the way, I have to show you guys this also, because this is also, look, stunning.
Yes, it's a fucking maintainer. So here, this is the calendar we always do for the companies. And the calendar is a collection of the art I made in 2020 for 2021.
Wow.
Nowadays we're here for...
Wacht even, daar is nice. Ja.
So nowadays, now we're working for an exhibition for Kruisheren Hotel.
Yeah, for the Crown Gallery. Yeah.
And the works over here you will find over there.
Nice, huh?
So you see all the hearts are made of ceramic. And
Yeah.
if you always, a lot of people say, oh, don't touch. But I said, yes, then you can feel the hand of the artist.
Yeah. Wow.
And to make a photo of this one, it takes in about 3 hours. It's unbelievable because you can see the cameraman is over there, everything, all the lights in it, and so you have to make a special. You have to make a special cylinder to make a big.
Because that's kind of good to explain, because you have so you make these sculptures, huh?
Yes.
And of course people also buy these sculptures, but you also photograph. So all of these pictures that you see are, you know, super high resolution, beautiful photographs that are like made, and then individually you see all of these little sculptures in there.
It takes about 3 months to make this.
Yeah.
To completely, because it's all hand by hand. It's all collected and to make
put together.
This, yes, to make.
Wow, cool, huh? We get a little bit of distance here.
Yeah, you need the nice one is if you.
So this is some of the larger pieces, of course.
Yeah.
Just look at that.
And the advantage of this one is that you can twist it. They have 2 sides.
Yeah. Nice, different color. And here you have another one.
Yeah, it's Delft's blue.
Yeah. Another big one. Cool. Champagne holder here in the shape of the heart.